Hello again, me little droogies. Quanian81. I'm going to do a bit of a break from the norm. Instead of giving hotel advice, I'm going to do a book review. Now, my fiance John and I, we love to read. And among our favorite topics to read, like mythology, history, our personal favorite, an area that touches to the heart for both of us, is religion. And every so often we pick up a book that is written from an opposing viewpoint, one that we don't necessarily agree with. And today's book review is Ronnie Floyd's The Gay Agenda, written by a Baptist preacher who is apparently in charge of some kind of a mega church in Rogers, Arkansas. The church at Pinnacle Hills, I believe it's called. John read this book first, and I read it secondly. And I have to say, for someone who claims to be a doctor, this person is very clearly very uneducated. And I'm not just saying that because of the opinions stated about the gay community. Allow me to explain. Mr. Floyd's book does not once, scientifically, medically, historically, doesn't once make any sort of a statement or give any evidence to support his opinion. This book is 90% rhetoric, the other 10% is speculation, Bible verses. And he makes references to quotes from famous people, he makes references to newspaper articles, news broadcasts, and yet at least half of these references aren't cited. They're missing. Mr. Floyd, Dr. Floyd, if you are truly a doctor, I do not know where you received your education or how much you paid for it. But regardless of what you are saying in this book and how you are saying it, throughout my school career, if I turned in an essay like this, just making a barrage of claims, not citing references and giving no evidence to support my point of view, regardless of the content, my teachers would have automatically failed me for that assignment. I'm kind of surprised that someone who would have received an education so far as to earn the title of doctor would publish such a poorly written book. Again, regardless of the opinions being stated, you didn't give any evidence whatsoever to support your claims that homosexuality is destructive and evil, which, just a piece of reference for you, Mr. Floyd, homosexuality has been documented in over 2,000 species in nature for the last 200 years by such organizations as the Audubon Society, National Geographic, and the Smithsonian. So your claim that homosexuality is unnatural is as natural as eating and drinking. Here's another thing. I'd like to share a quick excerpt from this book. Mr. Floyd bases very little of his book on actual fact. It's mostly rhetoric and speculation. I'd like to share a part of Chapter 5, page 95, with you. We have to keep in mind that a pro-family father or mother is preoccupied with the daily routine, working, taking care of children, church activities. They are at a disadvantage, since proponents of gay marriage, generally speaking, have no such responsibilities. Well, Mr. Floyd, as a supporter of equal rights, I have plenty of responsibilities to my family and to my community. I work 2 jobs. I constantly keep in touch with my parents and with my relatives. I'm getting married next year and planning my wedding myself. And I have obligations to my community and my neighborhood, which I'm very fond of. Thank you very much. Whereas a pro-family dad works in a factory, or as an accountant, or as a high school football coach. Oh, please. Many pro-gay men work for the ACLU, or as professional lobbyists on Capitol Hill, or act on popular television series. Mr. Floyd, I have known far more gay men and women working regular jobs, just like at the post office, at the grocery store. I currently work at a hotel, and one of my coworkers is gay. In fact, every single hotel I've ever worked at for the last 7 years has had its own little gay community. So, and I have known far more people in positions that work in factories, that are high school football coaches or what have you, that also support the notion of equal rights for all Americans regardless of their sexual orientation. You also made a statement somewhere in the book that people aren't born gay because gay is an idea. Well, even if it is, Mr. Floyd, so is Christianity. You're not born a Christian. You're not born a Muslim. You are born a human being. And if you are born in the United States, you are born with the same rights as everyone else. Married, unmarried, gay, or straight. So, Mr. Floyd, as an ex-Christian, I am not the least bit surprised, disgusted, but not the least bit surprised that something this poorly executed hit the shelves in a Christian bookstore. I bought this at a used bookstore, by the way, so that you didn't get any of my money. And it's no surprise at all that you would publish something like this, and yet you're absolutely dumbfounded as to why people aren't just up and converting to the word of the Lord. As I stated previously, if this were submitted as a school essay, if you really did receive your education as a doctor, such essay would have received an automatic failure, regardless of the opinions stated, which are highly volatile and based solely on stereotypes, but poorly researched, no evidence given, and at least half of your references are missing. I'm going to give this book the same grade any decent teacher would, and that is an automatic fail. So, Mr. Floyd, pastor at the Baptist Church in Pinnacle Hills, if you really are a doctor, you can do so much better than this. Come on. Like I said, it's no wonder people aren't just up and converting to your dying religion. Anyway, I have to go to work soon. I'll see you all later. Kuan Yin 81.